So I'm going to walk you through the Montessori 3-period lesson for teaching the sounds of letters. A few things I want to say real quick first is these are my sandpaper letters, and they're much different from the ones you buy. Me and my husband made these. We bought sandpaper, which we cut out into letters, and we glued them onto styrofoam pieces. We painted the consonants blue and the vowels pink. You can buy these anywhere. These are a great material because they are very tactile. You're using 3 senses. You're using touch, sight, and hear, which is great because you want to use as many senses as possible when you're learning things. Introducing letters, you want to refrain as much as possible from saying the name of the letter. You want to just introduce the sounds. So for this one, F. Also, I would only do a small group. Today I'm going to show you guys with 3 different letters, and I would stick anywhere from 3 to 5. If your child catches on quickly, then you can do another set. Some children it can take up to a month to learn this, some maybe a little longer, some maybe just a couple days. It really just depends on their interest in wanting to learn their letters. And I'll talk about ways to get children interested at the end of this video. But for now, I'm going to walk you through the 3-period technique with the sandpaper letters. It's important that you incorporate at least 1 vowel into each of your little section. So let's get started on the 3-period lesson with the sandpaper letters because it's a little bit different. I do it differently. What I do is I pick out a pile of letters, and you can do both uppercase and lowercase letters if you wish. But it's easy to introduce the capital letters later after they grasp the lowercase letters. Start with just the lowercase letters for 2 reasons. One, it's not as overwhelming as having both the capital and the lowercase letters. So this way it's more simplified, and also I do the lowercase letters because it's more you see it more. You see it more in the books, you see more lowercase letters. It's just more common. And so that's why I start with just lowercase letters. The first period is you're going to show the child the letter, and you're going to use your pointer finger to trace the letter. At the same time, you are going to be making the sound that the letter makes. F. I show the child this at least 3 times. And I do it the same every time because this is tricky for kids, especially young ones. They're going to be doing a motion with their finger and speaking with their mouth at the same time. And that might take them a little bit to kind of get down perfectly. So you want to make sure that you know exactly where your finger is when the sound comes out of your mouth. Every single time it needs to be the same. So that way they know what they're doing is right and they develop security within it. So this is how I do my letter F every single time. F. And then I cross. F. Just like that. And I'll show the child that 3 times. And then I will invite them to then trace it and say the word also, or make the sound also. Once the child is complete, I will put it back up there and introduce the next one. Again, I use my pointer finger. Just like that, every time. And then I invite the child to do it. After the child does it, put it up here. Then is my vowel. Then I invite the child to do it. The child does it, and I put it up here. So for the 2nd period, I'm going to ask, where is F? F. And hopefully the child will point to the correct one. If not, just go back and do period 1 again. Then you can move on to period 3, where you say, what is this? The child says, this is F. Voila, the child knows the first 3 letters. If your child learns this quickly, then I suggest you make bigger groups. Also, go ahead and do another round of different letters, especially if they seem interested. Keep going. If you are having trouble getting your child interested in learning their letters, I have a few ideas to help you. Number 1 is my favorite letter buckets. I'm very proud of them. No, I just love them because I love concrete things. Everything in my classroom is completely hands-on, and this is just a bucket of hands-on fun to me. As you see on the outside, I will have the letter, both the uppercase and the lowercase labeled on the bucket with some fun magnets. I always have the leapfrog fridge thing in here, and I love this. Of course, it sings a song. I'm not going to play it for you guys because it's really loud, but I just have like little F things in here. This is the Baby Einstein F books. They're just like 3 pages of cardboard. They're just picture books with a single word, fish. And I usually invite a few children around the table at a time to watch me go through this. And I empty the bucket out, making sure that they know that each letter, or that each item in here begins with the letter F. And I really enunciate that beginning sound. Flower. Fence. Flag. And I have these robot letters, which are from Learning Resource. My son got these from his grades. We call them the grades. They are robot transformers, and he got these when he was about 2, and he's 4 now, and he still loves these. These are still an item that he plays with. At first, he could only find the little faces, and he couldn't transform the letter much, but now, he can fully transform the letter into the robot, and these are just a great grow with you toy, which is super educational. Again, these are from Learning Resources, and these things are just awesome, and they're so good for motor movement too. They're cute. So I have one of those in each bucket. Resources, and they have an acorn for each letter, and on the outside they have the capital letter, and on the inside of the acorn top is the little letter, and then inside the acorn is an item that starts with a letter, so frog. I also have the numbers for the magnets, number 4 and number 5. And I have all kinds of things in here. A fly, fish, fox, just anything you can even find around the house, a fork. Hopefully this will get your child really excited, and they'll start to realize, oh, these items, they start with that sound you're making. They start with that sound. And it'll just click to them. There's meaning behind these symbols and shapes that I'm looking at. This letter actually represents a sound that and it just clicks, and it's a beautiful moment to watch happen. If this doesn't inspire them, try starting with the letters in their name. I had a student who he wasn't interested in the letters, and I knew it was important for him to become interested so he would want to learn. And I tried really hard finding things to pique his interest. He was super into cars, so I went down that avenue, and just nothing was working. And one day I just thought, I know, I'm going to teach him the letters in his name. And that's what worked. It took me about 2 weeks to teach him the sounds of the letters in his name. And once that happened, he's reading, he's doing great, he's phenomenal, he's not looking back. He's awesome. And reach out to me if you need help with that. I am eager to help you. I love brainstorming. I love challenges. If you feel like your child is never going to be interested in letters, reach out to me because I love that. That's something I love to work with and I love to learn from. So please reach out to me, leave me a comment, contact me on my blog, email me. I'm here and this is what I love to do. Again, please do reach out to me if you have any questions or comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great evening.